Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly love reading. So let's see what's going on for you in terms of love. Yeah, wow, we have the Three of Swords as well. Heartbreak card. High Priestess. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of context with some clarifiers. What is this? The Star, that's healing, so that's good. The Moon, lots of shadow work. And what's the Ten of Swords about? We have the Page of Pentacles and the Empress. Okay, so who is this person that you're thinking of? They've been through a lot of pain. In some cases, they may have, you may have been through a lot of pain with this person. Heartbreak, betrayal, abandonment, endings, but endings always lead to new beginnings. Maybe a healing here between you and this person. Maybe a lot of shadow work had to come up with the Moon card. Okay. High Priestess, there's someone that's very intuitive, maybe psychic, or they see you as that way perhaps, and most likely it's both of you if you feel that you share this really powerful bond and you resonate with being intuitive. So just tuning into the energies. I feel like this is someone that feels a lot of pain in their home life. You may be mirroring this back to each other because the Moon has these two towers. Maybe you're mirroring each other. Sun and Moon, divine masculine, divine feminine. There's been a sunrise, but it was being eclipsed by some sort of fear, some sort of pain. We have a swan here. That's often a symbol of twin flames as well. Okay, this person's had to go into the shadow side. There's a lantern outside here, I noticed. So this person has had to shine the light on some sort of shadow side in order to have healing. They feel as though you have a healing connection with each other. There's a balance here again, like yin and yang. You could be a earth sign and a water sign. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that, but there's some sort of divine calling, divine awakening that has occurred through adversity, through heartbreak and pain within this person. You may feel as though you're equals with this person. Some sort of balance, some sort of inner guidance brought you together, or the universe just brought you together and that led to inner guidance. Feeling drawn to pull another clarifier for this. What is the energy of this Three of Swords in relation to who is this person? How can you recognize this person? The World. Okay, so some endings, definite endings. World is the final card in the Major Arcana. Ten of Swords, that's painful endings. So you may have been back and forward with this person. There may have been certain endings and then you've come back together, or you're coming back together. I feel like this person, they're seeing, since meeting you, they're seeing their life in a totally different perspective. They're rising up, they're seeing beyond heartbreak, they're seeing beyond pain. They may feel that you're very healing energy because we have the High Priestess here and the Empress. So maybe they feel that you're this nurturing energy, and really assisting them in healing. And in some cases they may be doing the same. Definitely a lot of healing of heartbreak in this connection, very powerful. So this is a very intense connection. Some fears may be coming up here between you both. There's a new pathway that's opened up here. Maybe could signify third-party situations, doesn't have to. But there's a path, the path of the unknown. Since meeting, you've both had this veil of illusion opened up with a high priestess. A doorway has been opened into healing that shadow side, healing that broken heart. In some cases, the connection is like what's triggering this pain. For others, it's in your past that there's this pain, or other areas of your life that there's this pain, and you've come together for major healing. You may be at distance from each other. You may be in have like certain barriers up between you both. This person feels as though they have to protect themselves, protect their energies. Perhaps maybe they're wearing some sort of mask. Maybe this is mirroring, you're like both missing each other. There's like maybe a separation, and you're both thinking about each other from afar, and you are this sun and moon energy. But there's definitely healing here. They feel very harmonious with you, or energetically, you know, no matter what's going on in a 3D, energetically it feels like a very healing, harmonious connection. It's like you both, your hearts are overflowing with this love for each other. You mean the world to each other. You're from beyond this world. But you're both incarnated here, so I feel like you're light workers, or you've shared many past lives together. And then this Ten of Swords, this is painful endings, clarified by the Two of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like someone has been stuck. This person may have been stuck in some sort of unhappy home life, because there's the Two Towers here as well. And I always see this Two of Wands as being at the top of this tower. One of the wands is bolted to the wall, so they're feeling kind of stuck in some sort of situation in their 3D life, or home life, or something like that. But they're feeling like there's something missing, there's something more. They want to broaden their horizons, they want to kind of escape that. They want to go down the path of the unknown, but they may be hesitant because it's scary. They don't know what the future holds in your connection, perhaps. So they may have some barriers up, or there's literal like obstacles that mean you cannot really communicate or come together at this time. But interesting, we have the world and the globe here. So in some cases you may be at a far distance, like physical distance from each other. But I feel like this person is seeing the world and their life and everything from a totally different perspective since meeting you. They were stuck in a lot of fear, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, a lot of shadow. They may have been going through the dark night of the soul, and then upon meeting you there's healing, or in some cases it's the dark night of the soul was triggered because of your meeting. But there's definitely healing here, a very healing force, this connection. Ten of Swords. There's an ending of that. There's an ending to that sadness, because there's a lot more positivity here coming in. Six of Pentacles. This is their heart overflowing. They're feeling inspired to give more, because this connection is helping them become balanced within themselves. So giving, in some cases in the past there may have been an imbalance of give and take between you, and so you're coming back into balance. There's 2 cards here about balance. You're helping each other, I'm hearing, to rise up, be your true selves. And High Priestess and the Empress, Page of Pentacles. So this person is offering you something new, a new beginning, a new path, a new journey, and definitely a lot of psychic, intuitive, deeper states of enlightenment are happening through this connection. You may have a telepathic bond with this person. You may feel their energies because your connection is multidimensional. You may communicate telepathically. Let's pull some more cards about who is this person, how can you recognize them. Knight of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, the Devil card. Okay, so I do feel there's painful karma going on for this person. Heartbreak, painful endings, Devil card, 2 of Pentacles, like juggling things and a storm's brewing. Okay, so I feel like this person has been very much stuck in fear, inner demons, wounds, but this connection's really freeing them. It could, because the world came out twice, it could have been what's going on in the world has recently made this person feel all that shadow energy. It may have made home circumstances difficult, during lockdown perhaps. But this is someone who I feel is very deep, but maybe they don't show that on the surface. And they may be juggling like their old identity and who their true self that they're being birthed into. They're reawakening to their true self. And I feel that's triggering because that means the ego identity is breaking down. They feel very romantic feelings for you. They want to move through that gateway, that new door, offering their cup. They feel like this is the path of their highest good towards you. Feeling very passionately about you. There's a stork here, so that's the rebirth. So a lot of dark energies coming out into the light. The moon is all about deceptions, illusions, conditioning, breaking away. The High Priestess sits on that threshold between the 3D and the 5D. So definite awakening, definite release of karma. So we're going to look at, how does this person feel about you? How do they feel about you right now? Nine of Pentacles, it shows the happy family laughing. So this is a stark contrast from all of that darkness, all of that shadow energy. They are really feeling uplifted. This is a healing of their inner child. Nine of Pentacles is about independence. So they're feeling very independent from all that pain and suffering. Or maybe meeting you has opened up this path for them to become more independent, for them to be more in their own individual identity, more of their true self, more brave in terms of being that way in their day-to-day life. Their false self, ego self is falling away. They want to work on the connection. There's the spinning wheel here that reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. So this was a fated connection. I feel like you may have been a family in a past life as well. They just want to be free from that darkness, and this new door that's opened for them with you, it makes them feel like they could have this new path. We have the Nine of Wands and the Lord of the Shadows, or the Death card. So yeah, definite endings of darkness. Someone, they felt stuck in the darkness and they were watching you. Maybe they wanted to be a family with you because this person's watching. The person and the child, the father and the child, it could be the mother and the child. Their feelings developed, felt very deep for you with this well. This is like a wishing well as well. So it's like maybe they're wishing for this, to have this with you. But a lot of transformation from darkness to light. A new path has opened up. They want to join you wherever you're going, whatever path you're on. They want to join you, but they felt stuck in some sort of ways. Maybe they weren't telling you their emotions for a while, or they just felt very rooted. There's a tree here, very rooted to that darkness or shadow side. So we have the Nine of Wands here. I feel like they have to be kind of defensive in their day-to-day life. There's something they've got to release or stand their ground with and be more of their true self. Maybe this is about them creating healthy boundaries. But look, they're listening to the divine now. And he's got all these wands here. And it's almost like this person's thinking, right, they're getting prepared, and they're listening to spirit. They're like, what do I do? These are like magic wands, so it's like they're thinking and listening to what guidance, what do they need to do in order to create this, to manifest this with you. How can they come out of the shadows into the light with you? And so they're working hard. And wands is like they have a lot of goals and aspirations to feel like this with you, because you are soul family, and they want to go deeper into your connection. So what is this Lord of the Shadows or the Death card about? Death. Wow, this is really powerful. About endings of the old and new beginnings. So many cards about them being stuck in some sort of heartbreak, some sort of intense pain, and they're coming out of that. They may have felt trampled on in their life, and now they're feeling much more spiritual. There's a lady and a child. Look, those two towers are in the background. There's a death of that tower. Look. So this is some sort of blocks that you're both mirroring, and it's like you're coming out of the tower. There's a death of the old and new beginning. There's water here as well. That's this river. It's like going with the flow. Water represents emotions. This person's heart, the love, is delivering you out of difficulties, adversity, into the light, into rebirth. This is a death of the ego in order to be able to embrace this union with each other. So what else is this death about specifically? This transformation. It could be about them being able to spread their wings and be their true self, because we have the butterfly here. Maybe they felt confined in the cocoon. It's kind of like the Eight of Swords card, where they're all bound up with a blindfold on, and they're really struggling, feeling stuck. They're seeking freedom, whatever that freedom represents. There's a death of the shadow side, stepping into the King of Pentacles. This is someone very grounded. This is a lot of abundance. There's a lot of light here. After the darkest dawn is a new day. something about rebuilding their life with much more joy, because there's like a castle here, but instead of it being those towers, it's got all these bright colours. This person in truth is like this stable King of Pentacles. They're here to ground a lot of abundance, is what I'm hearing. They're here to ground a lot of accomplishments, a powerful being that their soul could not be held back any longer, is what I'm hearing. And so they went through the struggles in order to strengthen them, like the butterfly in that cocoon, strengthening their wings, and that's their angel wings, is what I'm hearing. They're strengthening their confidence in themselves to speak their truth, be their truth in the world, and be an inspiration in the world. But that's why they've had to go through so much darkness, so much pain, maybe betrayal, maybe abandonment issues, because that forced them to go inwards, that forced them to go through a lot of adversity. So rather than avoiding wounds, because often we create an ego, a protective ego, to try and avoid wounds, this person really went through those wounds to force them to experience that pain, live that pain so they could be experienced in it to help other people, but also go through that pain. That's something about like the amount of pain they've been through allows the equal opposite of the amount of light and love that they can experience, because on this world of duality there's equal opposites. So this person, they have this big heart, they have this capacity to hold so much love and light, and that is why they were strong enough to incarnate and agree to go through all of this pain to break their heart open that much, so that they could have so much love and give so much love and break through so much of the ego. The more pain we go through, the more our ego dies, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so what's this Nine of Wands about? Nine of Wands. Six of Cups. Five of Pentacles. So yeah, they felt left out in the cold for so long. They were in the shadows, in the darkness, but that is because they were a really old soul, very strong soul. They could cope with that amount of shadow, so that they could open, you know, that void of that shadow side, feeling that massive void, like a lot of things were missing, created like that open cup, like that Ace of Cups, to be for love and light and abundance to be poured into. Appreciation I'm hearing as well. The more pain you go through, the more loneliness you go through, the more you appreciate the love, the light, the soul family and everything like that. If everything's like hunky-dory in your life, you don't feel great depths of pain, then you don't feel really great depths of love. And Spirit is saying a lot of people, they kind of live, and this isn't like saying that they're wrong for that or blaming them or anything, but a lot of people live sort of like in the middle. But something about your person and you going through so much pain that you can have the equal opposite of that, so much love and light. So, Nine of Wands, this is them preparing with all those wands, listening to Spirit, wanting to manifest this Six of Cups. They felt, because they felt so left out in the cold, so alone, they appreciate this union with you all the more. They basically learned what they really didn't want in their life, so they could really know and have passion behind, energetic passion behind what they really did want, and that helped them to manifest that much more strongly. You know, because the more pain they felt, the more they realised they didn't want that, and it made them realise what they do want. So there was a lot of energy behind that, a lot of power to manifest this amazing union. This is the soulmate card. This is someone from your past returning to your life. So coming out of this again into love, happiness, joy, reunion, healing of the inner child. This person is reaching out, giving you their heart, giving you the cup with the flowers in. And they're listening to spirit, like, how do I manifest more and more and more of this union? So what's this Nine of Pentacles about? I'm hearing they like you because you're an independent person, but also you're not like, you're open to like happy relationships, happy family life kind of thing. But you're healthily independent as well. So the Eight of Wands has come out to clarify that. And how else are they feeling in regards to this? Three of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Okay, so they have a lot of passion and desire to move forward with this connection, or they just feel energized as well. Look, this is all this energy of the children and just happiness and joy, that higher vibration is coming down. They manifested this. 8 is that infinity symbol, so what they were thinking about, daydreaming about and wanting is mirroring back to them now. Is coming down from the higher realms, taking roots in the 3D. And there's just a lot of energetic movement. There may have been a lot of stagnation, but now there's this high vibration of joy. Feeling divinely inspired. I feel like they're putting this new spirituality that they feel with you into their work. You recognized them for their spirituality and their hard work. You may have a divine mission with this person because they're building a cathedral here. They're in a position of power where people look up to them, and they're building something, they're creating something. It's spiritual and in the 3D as well, so grounding that. And Six of Wands, feeling much more confident. This is victory after adversity. After the darkest night is the brightest dawn. Again, they're on the path, their heart's good. Just, they may feel like you saved them and they saved you, kind of thing. Because this is a soldier that's come home triumphant after a battle, saving the people, everyone's cheering them on, kind of thing. Or they may be in some sort of position of power, or this connection is making them rise up into that position to be a really positive influence on other people, saving people, I'm hearing, through spirituality, or saving people through their assistance, their help, helping people with their confidence in some kind of way, being that, what's that word? I never know what the word is. Being that conductor, where the spiritual energies can come through and take root in the 3D. So please give this reading a thumbs up and write a comment, and please consider subscribing to my channel as well if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.